Hello and welcome, beautiful soul. Go ahead and take a moment to settle in. You don't need to follow this perfectly. Just allow it to be a space to land, a place to remember something you may have forgotten, that you are allowed to take up space in your own life. Now take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, imagine letting go of the version of you that wants to shrink, the one who over-explains, the one who apologizes for existing, the one who plays small so that others don't feel uncomfortable. You don't have to keep playing that role anymore. You are safe. You are loved. And it's time to remember your worth. And I want to invite you to listen to this every day for 21 days and see how the way you show up shifts over time. Catch yourself repeating the affirmations that resonate most as you go through your day, and watch how your whole persona transforms. There is a particular kind of exhaustion that comes from abandoning yourself. It's not the tiredness of a long day. It's the tiredness of someone who has spent years, maybe even decades, overriding their own needs to keep the peace. And somewhere along the way, you learned that taking up space was dangerous, that your needs were too much, that the safest thing you could do was disappear before anyone could ask you to. That is not a personality trait, beautiful soul. That is a wound. And wounds can heal. Now I'm going to speak some truths, and you can simply listen, or you can repeat them after me silently. Let them wash over you. There's no wrong way to receive this. Take another deep breath in, and then release. I am allowed to be a priority in my own life. Not the last item on the list. Not the thing you get to if there's time left over. A priority. Real, non-negotiable, worthy of your own attention. I am allowed to be a priority in my own life. I am not willing to abandon myself to keep the peace. For so long, peace meant your silence, your smallness, your yes when you meant no. But peace that costs you yourself was never peace. It was a trade. You are allowed to stop making that trade. I am not willing to abandon myself to keep the peace. I come first in my own life, starting now. Not someday once everything else is taken care of. Now. This is the moment the pattern breaks. Not because everything else got easier or because the time was suddenly gifted to you, but because you decided it was time for the pattern to break. I come first in my own life, starting now. My needs are not too much. You have been told, directly or indirectly, that wanting things, needing things, or asking for things made you difficult. That is a story someone else wrote, and you are allowed to rewrite it. My needs are not too much. I'm allowed to rest before I'm depleted, not just after. You don't have to earn rest by running yourself into the ground first. By making sure everything and everyone is taken care of before you have permission to take a breath. Rest isn't the reward for collapse. It's allowed to come before that. I'm allowed to rest before I'm depleted, not just after. I'm allowed to receive without immediately giving something back. Notice the reflex. The moment someone offers you something and your hands already know how to hand something back, even and grateful, before you've let yourself actually take it. You don't owe an exchange for every kindness. I'm allowed to receive without immediately giving something back. I can let compliments land instead of brushing them off. Oh, this old thing, it was nothing. Anyone would have done it. You have 100 ways to deflect what's true about you. What if, instead, you just let it in? I can let compliments land instead of brushing them off. I'm allowed to disappoint someone and still be a good person. This might be the hardest one, because somewhere along the way, someone else's disappointment started to feel like your failure. It isn't. Their reaction is theirs to have, not yours to manage, soften, or fix. You can show up in integrity, tell the truth, hold the boundary, and let them have their own experience of it. I am allowed to disappoint someone and still be a good person. Speaking up for myself isn't too much. Your voice was never the problem. Your requests were never too much. You are allowed to say the true thing, the hard thing, the thing that might make someone uncomfortable. Speaking up for myself isn't too much. I don't have to shrink to keep someone comfortable. Their comfort was never your job. You can be fully yourself, full-sized, full-voiced, fully present, and let other people figure out how to hold that for themselves. I don't have to shrink to keep someone comfortable. I am safe to take up space. Let that land. For so long, you may have believed that your presence was a problem, that you needed to be quieter, easier. But the truth is, your existence was never an inconvenience. Even if you were taught to believe that it was. I am safe to take up space. Now let's go back through them each one more time and allow yourself to repeat after me in your head or out loud, or you can simply listen. I am allowed to be a priority in my own life. I am not willing to abandon myself to keep the peace. I I come first in my own life, starting now. My needs are not too much. I'm allowed to rest before I'm depleted, not just after. I'm allowed to receive without immediately giving something back. I can let compliments land instead of brushing them off. I'm allowed to disappoint someone and still be a good person. Speaking up for myself isn't too much. I don't have to shrink to keep others comfortable. I am safe to take up space. I hope these affirmations support you in allowing yourself to take up so much more space than you've been giving yourself permission for. You were never too much. You were simply taught to shrink in a world that didn't know how to hold your bigness. But you are learning now, and that is enough. Now take one more deep breath in, and then release. And if this resonated, if some part of you is ready to stop abandoning yourself and start coming home, I made something for you. A free self-love embodiment ritual so you can have a way back to this feeling whenever you need it. You'll find it linked below. And remember, you are enough. You are whole. You are loved.